What's going on? So today we are going to be reviewing the Kobe 4 Protro Replica versus retail girl dads. Now, if you cannot tell, the retail pair is on the right, the replica's on the left. So the replica's on the left. I don't know if I mixed that up, how I usually say it, but the replica's on the left, retail's on the right. These are pretty fucking close, I'm not gonna lie. So one thing that I noticed between the Nike ones, I really hope it doesn't fucking rain, because that's gonna change this video very quickly, is that, as you can see, let's start with one shoe. Oh my god, I really hope it doesn't fucking rain. Let's start with one shoe first, so that we can get into this. But as you can see, these creases are very, very, very common on the retail pairs. So that's one thing that I noticed. So shape is a little different. I can't completely pinpoint it. I guess I'm gonna say the tongue is a bit taller, well, significantly taller on the retail pair, and because of that, the Kobe logo is a bit higher up. The color is slightly darker on this replica pair. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. The tongues are a bit more sloppy on the reps, but they still are sloppy on the retail. This is retail, you can see a little sloppy. This is the other replica, pretty clean. So they are still sloppy on the retail. Laces are the same color. If anything, this might be a different color. It looks a little bit different. The holes are a little bit bigger. They look a little bit smaller on the retail pair. Stitching is also slightly a different color. You can see that. Even right here, it's a bit of a brighter green. As you can see on the rep, it is darker. The holes look bigger, at least with my eyes. This little cushioning is a bit lighter this time around. The tongue has more cushioning on the retail than on the rep. Girl dad looks completely different, honestly. This is the replica, this is the retail. Definitely looks bigger on the retail. Looks like there's more stitching. You can see they kind of cheaped out over here. This is a little bit harder on the replica pair than on the retail, and I think it's more defined, that 24 or embossed, whatever you want to say. Okay, I am seeing a difference now. This shape right here, and obviously retail has more traction or a little movement in the material. One big difference that I'm seeing is the way this kind of hits the 24. You can see they're very, very different in that aspect. Shit, my shade is in the fucking way. There, you guys can see that difference, right? Basically, there's more area over here than on the retail pair. There's less material. This is sort of like almost like a U shape. This is kind of abrupt or whatever, if that makes sense. More defined. The chrome is exactly the same. I can't spot a difference in that. Let me know if you guys can. Swooshes look pretty much identical. I don't think there's movement on either swoosh. Actually, the retail one might be a bit more, I want to say gray. Don't know if you guys can see that. It might be a bit more gray. The main thing that I did notice, though, aside from what I've been mentioning, is this toe cap area. You can see it's, I don't want to say it's chrome, but it definitely does have this silver gray. Also, the glue stains on Nike pairs are all over the place. This gray silver kind of color, you don't see that on the rep at all. Maybe a little bit, but you can even see that difference right there. You can definitely see that. So that's definitely a big sign. Everything else over here is pretty good. The soles are a little bit different. The retail pair is a bit more translucent. The replica pair, it is translucent, but I still feel like it's more solid. I don't know if you guys can see that enough, but I think that's something that I noticed, is that It's a bit more solid. And there's glitter on both. I thought there was only glitter on the replica pair, but there is glitter on both. This is the retail. You can see that. There might be more glitter. Actually, I think there might be less. You see? Looks kind of solid, not as translucent. Another key way to determine this shit is you can see right here, this is silver, right? And then you can see, I hope on camera, that there is a difference between this color and the color of the sole. They're slightly different, but there is a difference. I don't know if farther helps. Whereas on the replica pair, it's all one color. See the sole, there's no difference. It's the same color. So that's one thing that I've noticed. I honestly thought this one was going to be longer, but I'm kind of running out. Let me put them back in their places. I'm kind of running out of shit to say, to be honest, because these are pretty fucking similar. I don't know if this is top quality. Y'all let me know if this is top quality. I think if it's not top quality, it's definitely up there. You can also see again right here the color of the stitching. A lot darker of a green on the replica pair. More of a bright green on the retail pair. But man, this is a pretty close one, like I said. Let me see if I notice anything in terms of swoosh distance or anything like that. The swoosh does appear a bit lower on the retail pair. You can see the distance between this midsole and the swoosh is pretty small. My finger doesn't even fucking fit there. And over here on the replica pair, there's a bigger gap. You can see that difference right there. So from far, you can kind of tell, but not really. Again, we're just kind of nitpicking here at this point. Another thing that I notice is this area on the replica pair. You see that little square? It's kind of like a trapezoid. It's not a complete square. Whereas on the retail pair, it is a perfect square. Again, don't know if this changes with quality of reps. As you can see, look at that movement. Look at that movement. We'll go on the rep. Not much, if any. You can move that with a suede brush or fix that or whatever. But yeah, again, just if you can kind of tell, there's a bit more glue stains, a bit more flaws on that Nike pair. Of course, reps are getting there too. But let me see this inner swoosh area. Looks pretty solid. I didn't show you guys the carbon fiber. The carbon fiber is a bit similar, but it's a bit more gray on the retail pair. You can see got a bit more of a grayish kind of hint, and the replica pair looks almost like a snake. Looks like the fucking box. Literally, you can see that. Kind of has the same print as the box. So this one looks a little bit different. But overall, man, shit, this is a really, really close one, I'm not gonna lie. Also, something that I'm now noticing is, yeah, the tongue is definitely wider on the replica pair. Like, look, little cute tongue. It has big ass fat tongue. I don't know where I got green dye on my hand. I don't know if that was retail or replica, but a little bit of green dye. But as you can see, also because of that, this is a bit, the lining is kind of, I don't want to say smaller, but there's less stitching, right? You can kind of see that it's sort of like a U shape. You can see that it's going around. This kind of looks like a flat line, like a horizontal line just going across. Looks a bit more boxy. I guess that's the way I'm trying to word it. So yeah, that's one difference. But on the court, I'm sure these perform pretty well enough. And looks wise, again, price difference is a big one, so it really just depends on your preference. These crashed a little bit, thankfully, so people are able to cop at a decent price. But if you're not looking for that, you don't want to pay $240, $250, $300, you know, always an option and an alternative. The orange on the insole, I mean, yeah, that looks the same. I don't see much of a difference there. But yeah, so the significant differences are the stitching behind the tongue and that gray that I mentioned at the toe box. So let me know what y'all think. Let me know if there's a better batch out there. Let me know if it was close. Let me know if y'all expected this. Let me know what else y'all want to see, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.